this is Linda and La Delicia de Linda, and today we have a very special mukbang. I am doing a collaboration with Pepper and Tasha Do Stuff. So if you guys haven't seen her channel, you should check it out. I've mentioned her channel a few times before. She's just this really amazing, sweet girl who has a dog named Pepper, and he has cute little like peppercorn like spots on his fur. They do stuff together. They do vlogging, they do mukbangs, primarily mukbangs. And so you should check out her channel. I'm gonna link it in the YouTube cards somewhere. It's gonna pop up. I'm also gonna link her channel down below in the description box. So yeah, either click on the YouTube cards or the description box to check out Pepper and Tasha Do Stuff's channel. Tasha is a really great cook. She's self-taught. If you watch her cooking, she looks like she's a professional baker, chef, everything. She does literally everything from scratch. And you're bound to just be hungry watching her videos. Enough said, this video might be very long, and my waffle griddle is getting really hot right now. I can smell it. Well, I hope you can see. So I have this Cuisinart waffle grill. I can smell the fumes already. The light is green, so that means it is ready. So let's make some waffles. The original recipe called for condensed milk, but I am condensed milk intolerant. So what I did was I substituted with almond milk. To do that, I just basically replaced the water and the condensed milk together with almond milk. Since condensed milk tends to be really, really thick, it's like concentrated sugar. So I figured just almond milk without water is good enough. So I realized my waffle is a little bit on the thin end. I might have added a little too much almond milk, but that's fine. So the green light is on, it means it's done, but so yeah, what I showed you guys earlier, I guess it was a little too watery. So definitely put less water than I did. Bam. Look like that. It looks a little like discolored, but that's okay. I already tested it out and it tastes just like Hong Kong style Eggettes. So what is Eggettes? Eggettes is a Hong Kong style waffle, and what makes them different from every other waffle is that you don't need to put syrup, you don't need to put butter, you don't need to put anything on it. It tastes good on its own. What it is reminiscent of is fortune cookies. So it has the exact kind of flavor as a fortune cookie, but in waffle form. So if you love fortune cookies, you will love Eggettes. And again, there's so many reasons why Eggettes is so different from the American waffle or the Western waffle. Another characteristic of Eggettes is that they're made on a pan, an Eggette pan, which looks like little egg pockets. And so I'm going to show you a picture right now. So as you can see from the picture, there's a special kind of waffle iron for Eggettes. And what this does is makes little egg pockets. And so that when you eat them, just like how you see there's like little 4 sections here, with Eggette pans, when you cook your batter, they form little pockets that you can individually rip. And then when you see the individual little egg pockets, which I'm going to show you now. So as you can see from the little egg pockets, they resemble like little bird's eggs almost. They're just kind of a fun snack to eat. You just rip them apart, just like what I did with the waffle, and just eat them. And the texture is you really need an Eggette pan. I don't have an Eggette pan, but you really need the Eggette pan to recreate that experience, because what it does is it makes the outside of the egg shape crispy, and then inside is like the soft custard-like filling, but there's actually no filling. It's just a waffle batter. If you live in the San Francisco area, there is a place called Eggettes where you can get authentic Eggette waffles. But I've been to other places like Quickly's, and their Eggettes are not genuine. Their Eggettes taste like waffles, and waffles are not Eggettes. So I highly, highly emphasize that. Eggettes do not taste like waffles. Not at all. They taste like a fortune cookie. If you had a fortune cookie, that's exactly how the Eggettes should taste. So if you find Eggettes in your neighborhood somewhere, and it just tastes like a Western waffle, you got the wrong kind. You do not get the authentic recipe. So Eggettes are popular in Hong Kong style cafes. So a lot of people like to eat Eggettes with like milk tea or something, but I don't have any milk tea, so I'm just gonna have green tea. Green tea, ta-da! And let's just pretend that this is like an Eggette pocket waffle, but obviously, as you can see, it doesn't look anything like Eggettes. But I assure you, it tastes just like the real thing. Very custard-like. No need for syrup. You already taste the sugar in here. It's perfect. So Tasha and I, we came up with 10 questions. I gave her 5 questions and she gave me 5 questions. And we've agreed on the questions. Some of her questions that she gave me didn't really apply to me very much. But I told her to keep it because I am so excited to see like what she would say about those questions. So for an example, she had a pet question, and to be honest, I never had a pet other than a goldfish. That's probably a reason why I'm like so obsessed with dogs and cats, because like, you know, growing up I was not allowed to have pets, and so I don't know, I just love them. Animals are so adorable. Okay, anyways, let's get on to the questions because I'm just gonna be rambling. Here is a waffle for you, just to hold you until I get my questions. Again, go check out Pepper and Tasha. She's just so fun. Like, she's like this very mellow, chill person, but then everything she talks about, you know, gives you a feeling of what kind of personality she has. And you can tell she's like this very sweet, laid back, genuine person, and just probably so fun to hang out with. Really bubbly personality, but while being like overboard. So I don't know if that makes any sense, but yeah, I just love her channel so much. I watch her mukbangs to get some kind of inspiration a lot of times, because you just have to see it. It's like total American comfort food, but with like a gourmet kind of twist to it. So the first question is, do you spell the color gray or gray as in gray or gray? And I'm gonna put the question somewhere here so that you can see basically what I wrote. So this is my question. To answer that question, I interchange gray and gray. So gray with an E and gray with an A. I interchange it a lot. I'm pretty sure that there are like English grammar teachers out there that are just crying in tears right now, because if I can recall, and I have a really bad memory, there is supposed to be a context to the difference between the gray with an E and a gray with an A, or when it's appropriate to put them in a sentence or something. So I really don't remember those rules, but I interchange them just depending on my hunch, I guess. So that's my answer. So number 2 is, what is the worst grade you ever had? Sorry, I'm gonna eat my waffles, but probably should get a screenshot actually. So what is the worst grade I ever had? There's this stereotype that Asians are really smart in math. I'm not one of those Asians. In fact, I'm kind of embarrassed, but math is my worst subject, and the worst grade I had was a 30%. And a 30% is pretty low. It's not 0, but then again, if you get a 0% on a test, you're really trying. From what I've heard, you're trying to fail. Because statistically, if you follow the rules of randomization and chance, it's kind of impossible unless you're purposely doing it to get a 0. Because the amount of guesses you make on, like, let's say an ABCD Scantron, chances are like a few times out of 10 chances you're gonna get 1 or 2 correct. So 0 is statistically impossible. And I'm saying this as if like I'm a math genius, but I'm not. My boyfriend is a math genius. He double majored in math and engineering. I'm the total opposite. I'm a liberal arts major. Obviously, like I said, the lowest score I had was 30%. And this is really embarrassing because of my such low STAR test score. And a STAR test is a standardization test in California. It was replaced. There used to be a different test called like the CBT. Oh, no. California, I think it was it's called a CAT test or something. I don't remember. But the STAR test basically replaced the previous California standardized test. And almost every time I get like a 30% on the math section, I was very lucky to get into the college that I wanted to. But I almost failed because of the math entrance exam. And because of that, I had to take remedial math courses. So yeah, to answer that question, my worst grade was 30%. Wow, have a waffle while I check the third question. The third question is, what's the first amusement park you've been to? Tasha says she has a very funny story about that, and I am really excited to hear her story because she seems like somebody who would be like really chill if she goes to an amusement park. So I'm curious what she meant by funny story. Anyways, off of that tangent, first amusement park I ever been to was Great America, and the second would be the Santa Cruz Beach Boardwalk. And the first amusement park that I've been to was Great America because my sister is one of those people who like plans everyone's birthday. I think for my 16th birthday, she drove me to Great America, like, because I told her that I've never been to an amusement park. But at the same time, the way my health was, I was kind of reluctant to go to an amusement park. So she was just like, let's just go, you know. And she just like, you know, last minute kind of surprised me and drove me to Great America. And I'm sorry, I'm not really a great storyteller, but that's basically what happened. It was kind of a last minute thing to celebrate my birthday at. In a way, I'm kind of thankful that she brought me there, even though I wasn't feeling that great, because it's one of those bucket list things that you have to do. Like, if I'd never been on a roller coaster or I've never been on a water ride, I'd be so disappointed. I can imagine, like, at my old age, I'd be like, oh, I wish I could have done this, but now I can't. So, again, I'm very thankful that she brought me there. And we went on, this is so weird, but I remember that the scariest ride in Great America was the Mouse Trap. I don't know if it's still there, but it was like a kid's ride. So for some reason, the kids' roller coaster was scarier than the Grizzly. The Grizzly is like the classic old-fashioned roller coaster. And we didn't do Drop Zone, but we did do like a 3D SpongeBob SquarePants ride. And I thought that was pretty cool too, because it was also my first experience seeing like a 3D movie. Okay, better move on to the next question. Another waffle for you. It's a little discolored, but I swear to God, it is so good. On a regular waffle pan, it's fluffy, but again, get an Eggette pan so you can get the crispy outside and the soft custard inside. Okay, oh jeez. And then my fourth question was, how many pairs of shoes do you currently own? And these are kind of like really off-topic, unrelated questions because I looked up on Google for questions that people never ask. And those were the questions that came up in the search. Pairs of shoes that I currently own. I'm a minimalist. I hate clothes shopping. I hate shoe shopping. An interesting fact is that one of my feet is bigger than the other. So one of my feet is size 6 and the other one is 5.5. And so shoe shopping is such a pain in the ass, and I never find shoes that really fit me. So currently I only have one pair of each. So one pair of sneakers, one pair of sandals, one pair of high heels, and one pair of flats, and one pair of boots. That's 5. Okay, next question. This is my last question, and then I'm gonna move on to Tasha's questions. So my last question was, did your mother ever go to college? I chose this question because I thought it was interesting, because I think I remember learning that it wasn't until the 50s where women were allowed to have a secondary major. Is that right? Yeah, you could only choose one major, I heard, prior to the 50s. And then with the women's rights movement and everything, women started getting a higher education, more opportunities, and so it became more common for women to have an education. But my mom was part of the 1950s generation. She was born in 1950 and she was also born in communist China. She was just in an unfortunate situation where they were transitioning from the Republic of China to Chairman Mao's regime. This is like, might be a little political, but she told me that because of the nature of her father's background, so like my grandma was a farmer and my grandfather was a businessman. So businessmen were looked down upon in communist China. And so she said because of her father's background, they refused her a higher education. So that was a little sad because she said that, you know, she took the entrance exam for high school and everything, and they wouldn't even allow her to complete high school. So let alone she couldn't even go to college. So no, the answer is no, she did not have a college education, which is really sad because my mom has such a high aptitude for learning. She's one of those people who almost have a photographic memory. I'm not sure about now, but I remember when I was younger, she could remember things almost in an instant. She's like her own personal phone book. She doesn't write anything down. All the numbers are in her head, and I can't even do that. I can barely memorize like 4 numbers. So yeah. My mom never had an education, but I kind of wish she did. So I'm going to Tasha's question, and she has a lot of cute questions actually. And I have to show you this. Okay, I'm just going to show you my notes, even though it's kind of personal. But I don't know if you can see that, but I copy and pasted her questions, and she did like the laughing emoji and the winking emoji. I think it's pretty cute. She's really good with the emojis. I have a hard time finding the right emojis, so I rarely use them, but I try to incorporate them anyways. Okay, enough of the tangent. Our first question is, since we are doing a breakfast, are waffles your favorite breakfast item? If not, what is? That's a good question. Waffles are not my favorite breakfast item. If I were to have waffles, I usually pair it with something savory and like high protein, like fried chicken. And I said before in one of my previous videos that fried chicken is my favorite food, other than potatoes. And so my favorite breakfast item would be, okay, the British people out there, my British subscribers are gonna be like, never had a biscuit, but it'd be biscuits and gravy. So if you ever end up in like an American diner out there, and I'm saying this to like my British subscribers, go get biscuits and gravy. Biscuits and gravies are sometimes served with like a fried chicken patty. So that is my favorite breakfast item. Sometimes you get just the biscuit and gravy on its own, but I feel like you need some kind of protein. Number 2, what inspired or motivated you to actually start your channel? Oh, this is a very long story, and I think I've talked about it in my past videos. Definitely mentioned it in the video where I do a mukbang collaboration with Reese. So this channel started off as Lovely Linda's Magic Cooking Kitchen. My first boyfriend inspired me to start my own YouTube channel. At the time, he was very supportive, and he said that, you know, I have so much potential to be like a YouTube personality. So I just kind of went on with it, and lo and behold, I didn't know what to expect. And I think I was kind of bombarded with a lot of the stress of YouTube because, like, you know, you're posting your videos in public, you're under public scrutiny. It got to the point where, you know, people noticed that I was a chronic insomniac. They would notice my under eye circles, and they kept saying how sick I looked. And at one point, somebody even tried to Photoshop me, and I just was like, you know what, I'm done with this. Like, I love cooking, I love making a cooking channel, but I don't think I can handle the stress of people scrutinizing how I look. But over time, I met some amazing people in my life, and Reese is one of those amazing people. And she just kept encouraging me. She's like, oh, you could totally do this. I mean, you had 1,200 subscribers. You could totally resume your YouTube channel. And so I thought long and hard about it. And I thought about my future and my career passion, my career, my passions. And I was like, you know what? It doesn't hurt to resume my channel. And that's exactly what I did. I resumed my channel. I call my channel La Delicia de Linda because that was the winner of the title challenge contest that I had like a few years back. And at the time I was making like Japanese bento kind of cooking videos. But now my theme has changed to mukbang. So to answer the question to this current day and age of my channel, I would say I started mukbangs because I love eating and I love cooking, and I just like how casual it is. It's like a friend talking to another friend online. It's just an amazing way to connect to other people around the world and share people food experiences and things like that. So that's what inspired me. Just wanting to learn how to communicate better, wanting to make friends, and just share my food experiences and my passion for food. What was your first childhood pet? Now this was the question that was kind of like difficult to answer because I've only had a goldfish. So to answer that question, my first pet was a goldfish. But I also wanted to answer this question because when I was younger, I would sleep over at my cousin's house, and my cousin had a pet rabbit. In a way, I want to say my first pet was a rabbit, but I honestly never had a rabbit. But yeah, rabbits are so adorable. They're adorable and very weird. Like, they're very quiet, they're very tame, but sometimes they have a lot of energy, and they eat random stuff. I used to question why her rabbit would eat his own feces, but as I got older, I learned that was actually the nature of rabbits, that they kind of eat anything and everything. You can correct me if I'm wrong on that. So that's my answer. Goldfish, but I would like to say rabbit. Tasha's fourth question is, do you have any siblings? If so, who is your favorite? I have two older sisters. I'm not going to say their names for privacy reasons. But I'm the baby in the family, and my sisters are many years apart from me. Like about 7 years apart. Wait, is that right? Jesus, see, this is me and my math. Yeah, about 7 and 8 years apart, I think. I don't know if I have a favorite sister. When I was younger, it would probably be my older sister because she was the one with the candy, and little kids followed the candy. That's how you magnetize a child. You give them candy. And so when I was younger, I definitely would have said my older sister. But as I'm older now, I haven't been able to really keep in touch with her. So I would say my second older sister, I guess. Maybe my second older sister, but only because she's the type who tries to contact everybody. But I honestly don't know. I don't know if I can answer that question. And her last question is, what is the most memorable place you've ever traveled to? Wow. I wish I had a story for that. Memorable would be China, I think. Because like I said before, I'm a Toji, which, you know, I'm an ABC. So I've never seen my mother's homeland. And when we went to China, we didn't even go to her homeland. My mom is from, I don't remember what place, but somewhere in southern China. And we kind of went around like Shanghai and Beijing, which is more like mid-northern China. And I think Beijing was most memorable because this was before the Beijing Olympics, so there was very little infrastructure. All the buildings were in the Tiananmen Square. Did I pronounce it right? Tiananmen Square. Yeah. If you go outside of that area, of that Tiananmen Square area, it's kind of desolate, almost like a desert. At least from what I can remember. Though I heard that China has changed a lot, so I don't know. But the reason why it was most memorable was because I remember when we landed, it was snowing cotton. It was the strangest experience ever. Because, you know, I've always been stuck in San Francisco and I've only been used to like the very cool, cold, foggy weather here. And so when we went to China, it was very hot, very humid, and it was raining cotton. So I felt like I was in an alien land. It was kind of idyllic. It was very beautiful, actually. It was like snow, but it wasn't snow. It was just literally cotton flying there. And I don't know how that happened, but I think there might have been like a cotton farm nearby. So yeah, that's the most memorable place I've ever been to, Beijing, China. So I think that is all the questions. I'm sure Tasha has a lot of funny stories to tell us. The turkey story. I mentioned her turkey story in one of my Snapchats because I just had this very strong visual in my head when she was telling that story, and I just couldn't help but laugh. And I'm not the type of person who just randomly laughs. So Tasha succeeded in making me just laugh out of nowhere. People probably thought I was crazy when I was watching her video. Yeah, I tend to watch most of the mukbang videos when I'm on like the bus or something. Oh my god, I have too much waffles, I swear. I'm gonna save the rest. if you can get the authentic Eggettes, the center almost always looks like custard inside, like a yellow custard. Yay, okay, I am done. I'm gonna close this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Comment down below, let me know what is your favorite waffle recipe if you have one. Tried Eggettes before? From what I know, Eggettes is really hard to come by outside Hong Kong, so I'm very fortunate to live in San Francisco where Eggettes are readily available, like the authentic kind. Yeah, so okay. Thumbs up if you haven't already. Thumbs up really helps this video because it makes this video more searchable on YouTube. And when this video is more searchable on YouTube, it really helps out this channel a lot. So if you do anything out of like all these 4 things I'm gonna ask you to do, thumbs up is the one thing I would like you to do, but again, it's not mandatory. Okay, so thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, comment down below. Okay, so I just ran out of memory, but I just want to let you guys know that I really appreciate your support, and I'll see you guys next time. So bye, take care, I love you guys.